So we actually had a pretty good day today. We started the second round, just going through and further skimming down the stronger type hives. So I just want to kind of show you what I have going on here. As you can hear, it's been a terribly windy day today. Wind getting up to, must be 80 clicks, whatever. I have some of my apiary is in some land that is very sandy, and the farmers have managed that land black, and it is in the air, blowing away on them. We are struggling to find yards where it's actually, calm enough to be able to do our work without pissing us off too much. But we are able to pick and choose our yards, and we actually got a lot of work done today. Nice and warm and sunny, so I'm not going to complain too much. What I have going on here is, well, we're done the first round split, so the big monster hives have been pretty much cut in half, and I've been able to make 2 to 3 nukes out of those colonies. If you remember a while back, I was kind of bitching and complaining about it being so cold, and I didn't box up all those big hives. Those colonies that were scheduled to be boxed up, and I decided not to, I pulled them back a little bit. We then went around, we added a honey box, but in the honey box we took out the 3 honey frames in the center, and we dropped 4 brood frames right in the center of this honey box. So I'm anticipating that at that time I was anticipating the colonies were going to be strong, that they needed to be skimmed down, they needed space, but just because of timelines and just the short amount of period of time that we've been actually able to work with our hives this year, we weren't able to get through the whole apiary and equalize and skim our hives down properly. So we just had to box things up. We boxed these up, we put the 4 frames of brood in the center. That queen has now gone up into these top 4 frames and started to establish a little bit of a nest. And the thing is, I'm rushing it just a little bit right now, so she's gone up here, she started laying some eggs. But what I want to do is I want to pull at least 1 to 1.5 frames of brood from these stronger colonies. So what I'm going to do is, if she has an established brood in the top here, capped brood is what I count, then we're going to go down and we're going to pull up a brood frame from the bottom to bring to the top, then shake all the bees down to make sure the queen's in the bottom, put the queen excluder in, allow these bees to come up, cover the brood, cover the brood frames, and then we'll come back tomorrow and just simply take these 4 frames out and throw them into a nuke and be done with it. We'll then replace these frames with honeycomb, and this colony, all the work is done for it. So that's kind of a lot. This is what I'm doing, and I'll just go through this colony. We'll just see what's going on with it. Need my hive tool. Okay, so I'm just going to poke down into the nest first off to see if she's actually had enough time to establish some brood up top. I'll take off my sunglasses. It is so windy, these bees aren't foraging, they're just kind of hanging tight in their colonies. It's quite frustrating. If we need these hives to be out, there's some patty, bringing in the fresh stuff. Okay, so she has moved up and filled this right full of eggs. So we're rushing this, we're rushing the timing a little bit. If I could just leave this, for another week, come back, and I could just take these frames without having to dig to the bottom to get them. But we need to rush things just a little bit because we're so far behind. So what we're doing, so I'm sending the crew down to dig into this bottom box to pull up a frame of brood. So here's a nice frame of brood. Beautiful frame of brood, kind of hard to see in the shadow. So this is one I want to skim off this colony. I'm going to move the frame that was in the top box there down to the bottom. Get an excluder. Oh wait, not an excluder. If I would have found the queen, I could have put her down there. I could have put an excluder, but I haven't found her. So I want to shake all these bees from this box down in the bottom box. I don't want to waste my time looking for the queen. Then I know she's down there. And I forgot my shaker box, so I'm going to have to use this old shell of a super. And everything goes down. Okay, so all the bees are in the bottom box. And I put the top one back on. So we have our 4 brood comb. We have the 1 comb here that has a frame of capped brood. These bees are going to come up through this excluder. They're going to cover this brood. They're going to cover the frames. There's going to be bees on these brood frames. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're just going to simply take these 4 frames, put them into a 5-frame nuke and take them out to the mating yard. Easy breezy. So that's going to take care of my second round. We shouldn't, there's like 7 or 8 of these colonies in every yard. We have, what do we have, 30 going. So it's not going to take us too long. Maybe 3 or 4 days. Go through the apiary a second time. Just kind of further skim down the strength. And the whole apiary should pretty much be set up for the honey flow then. We might go around a 3rd time just to, you know, equalize back and forth, just to take down some of the stronger ones that are just busting with brood. Maybe take a frame of that and give it to a colony that's maybe we might oversplit maybe a little bit, or maybe it's just a little bit behind. And that's just going to even everything out for us. So it should almost completely eliminate swarming, especially this time of year. Everything is so late. Canola is still just being sowed. So time is on our side as beekeepers. Alfalfa is hardly growing yet. We need rain, we need heat, we have some time. So we take these colonies down just a little bit more so they mature just a little bit later than typical, and that takes us that much further out of the swarming season. So we just want these colonies to peak when that crop starts to bloom. Just, you know, we want the two to come together, and that's how you build this monster honey crop. It's all about timing. At any rate, I'm going to head back to help Carrie put cells in the nukes, and then maybe I might even call it an early day today. Who knows?